Let's run it. Hey, hey, hey.
Episode 5.
Oh, yeah.
Of the P&T Show, a.k.a. the P&T Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Episode 5. Thank you for joining in if you are with us. We appreciate your company. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. News about Myles Garrett just broke about a couple hours ago. Myles Garrett's back in the news. Some football action this next in a couple hours. We're going to get a deep dive on that one. Till then, we're going to let this intro ride for a couple more seconds.
All right, Jordan. What are we talking about today?
Man, oh man. Myles Garrett's back in the news, bro. You see that?
I did.
So,
Myles Garrett?
It has been reported that Myles Garrett has tried to appeal his suspension after the incident this past Thursday of striking another football player, a.k.a. Mason Rudolph, in the head with his own helmet. Yes, that is right. Myles Garrett stripped Mason Rudolph's helmet off his own head and struck him with it live on broadcast television. I've never seen that before in my life. Have you?
No, we were actually watching it together.
Yeah, we were. That awkward moment when I was really pissed off and started yelling very provocative words in a classroom. I was pretty pissed off, man. But yeah, so Myles Garrett tried to appeal his suspension. They said, no, sir, you are still suspended. Then he went on saying Mason Rudolph said some racial slurs. Mason Rudolph's attorney had spoken out saying that is not the case. Same thing with the NFL. NFL found no racial slurs in the incident this past Thursday. So, what are your thoughts, man? Do you think Myles Garrett suspension should have been appealed to less than what it is, or just leave it as it is?
No.
Yeah, no. I've never seen that before in my life.
At the very least, he needs to be done for the whole year, including playoffs.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things where, you never seen that on a football field. The worst thing we've ever seen was, I don't know if you remember this, I think it was the Tennessee Titans and the Texans. That one dude ripped the other dude's helmet off.
It was Cortland Finnegan and Andre Johnson.
Yeah, that was wild. I was a kid watching that. I was like, whoa, I've never seen this before in my life. Never seen that before. So, yeah, Myles Garrett is suspended. My own personal opinions, my deep thoughts, this is an opinionated show. We all got our own opinions. But as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, seeing Mason Rudolph's helmet get stripped from his own head, I was pissed off. Never seen that before ever in my life. And it just happened to be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers who had a horrible, horrible game. 4 interceptions. Might as well just take the bench. But no, they played him throughout the game.
Let me ask, as a Steelers fan, were you upset that the NFL didn't suspend Mason Rudolph?
Honestly, yeah, I actually am, because video footage did show this man grabbing his own Myles Garrett's the no-nos. It's very frustrating, man. I mean, I can understand Mason Rudolph's disappointment. You basically threw 4 picks, horrible passes. Your team is not doing quite well. You lose James Conner, you lose Juju Smith-Schuster all in the same game, who are not playing this upcoming Sunday. But yes, I was pretty pissed off that Mason Rudolph did not get suspended. Kind of would have loved to see Duck Hodges, the Duck man. Fun fact for you. Did you know that Duck Hodges is a duck whistler champion in Alabama?
Duck whistler.
That's a thing. Yeah. You can win an award for whistling the ducks.
Really?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know that either. But Colin, what's it, the guy from NBC?
Colin from NBC?
The dude that does the Sunday night football games. Colin Wentworth, or whatever his name is. Anyways, yeah, they did a whole story on him. Chris Collinsworth. Yeah, so they did a whole story on him, and I thought it was fascinating. I didn't know this dude was a duck whistler champion.
Duck whistler?
Yeah.
He's from Alabama. State champion.
Yeah. I was so shocked. Never seen that before in my life. Have you ever heard of anyone whistling to ducks? I know there's bird calling, but duck whistling.
I didn't know they gave awards for it.
They do. They do give awards to people whistling to ducks.
Do you think my bird call would win an award? What do you think about that?
We're doing bird calls up in here now.
I mean, we're talking about Daryl Duck Hodges. What was that?
Oh no, I was
Mine's a
doing
pigeon.
some things.
I know mine's a pigeon. Going back to the Myles Garrett case, did you see that Marquise? Did you see that Marquise Pouncey his suspension was reduced?
Yes, I did. From it was 3 games, got reduced to 2 games. So Marcus Pouncey will be out for the Bengals game and the Browns game next week. Then he'll come back and play the Buffalo Bills game, which honestly, I can't blame the dude for going up and doing what he did. Because, in all honesty, would you want a teammate not to back you up like that or to back you up like that?
You always want your teammate to back you up like that. No question.
No questions asked, man. You got to do what you got to do. If it turns into violence, we here are not condoning violence. But from what the play turned out, Myles Garrett ripping his helmet off, if most people saw how it escalated, it was very terrible. Even Good Morning America got it. That's when you know it was pretty violent.
It was really violent.
Yeah, it was so disturbing. We got some Thursday night football action tonight as the Indianapolis Colts take on the Houston Texans in Houston. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So Houston Texans take on the Colts.
Deshaun Watson
versus Jacoby Brissett. Who would have thought Jacoby Brissett leading the 6-4 Indianapolis Colts to possibly a not clinching, but still in the run for the wild card. Who would have thought Jacoby Brissett would be that lead man? Because the Colts took a lot of backlash after Andrew Luck said, I'm done, adios, deuces, and just left Jacoby Brissett out in the cold. But you know what? It paid off for the best. So congrats, Jacoby Brissett. Congrats to you. You're doing fine work, man. But as far as the Houston Texans, you got any thoughts on the Houston Texans?
I think they need to wake up.
As in,
that last game, it was pretty bad.
Oh, speaking of that last game, man.
I mean, they did get gypped by the refs on that one call.
Yeah, they did.
That DeAndre Hopkins, what should have been touchdown catch.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it should have been a PI? It would have been moved down to the 1 yard line?
That definitely should have been a PI.
The man was holding him like a Care Bear, like hugging him. Like,
honestly,
bro, you can't do that. That's a no-go, man.
Like if that right there is not pass interference,
then what is?
Exactly.
Because
not every pass interference is going to be as blatant as the Nickel Roby-Coleman hit on, I forget the Saints receiver's name, but on the Saints receiver back in the NFC playoffs last year. I don't think he's on the team this year. I forget who it was.
But anyways, yeah. But I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was a horrible call. Saints got robbed that game. I'm just going to say that right there. Saints got robbed. But anyways, back to Texans, Colts. Winner of that game has an extended lead for a playoff push. Both of them are sitting 6-4. I believe last game, Colts put a butt whooping on the Houston Texans. Man. So Colts are looking to do that again in Houston. But a lot of people, some Colts fans that I see, they are pretty optimistic that the Colts are going to go in and do the same thing to the Houston Texans. If T.Y. Hilton is playing, we are still uncertain if T.Y. Hilton is going to be playing for that game.
Doesn't look like it.
T.Y. Hilton still questionable?
Yeah, still listed as questionable.
Still listed as questionable. Yeah, so T.Y. Hilton basically owns NRG Stadium. A lot of his numbers, he has a lot of great numbers in NRG Stadium.
Big thing, Marlon Mack is already ruled out with a hand injury.
So it looks like now Hines will be getting the go. So, super random. Really random. Did you know that Marcus Peters is playing the Rams? Marcus Peters is on the Ravens.
He was just on the Rams.
Just on the Rams. Now they're playing on Monday Night Football. Rams, Ravens, Monday night.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, so a lot of people have Lamar Jackson as their front runner for MVP. Honestly, you want to know the funniest thing that I got to see this past Sunday? Mm-hmm. Let's take a listen to it.
The MVP front runner. If anybody else got to say something different about that, then come see me. I'm right here in Bmore outside the bank. If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo. Lamar Jackson in the flesh. Yes, sir. Big trust.
I'm with you.
You imagine getting introduced like that?
Honestly, no. But Lamar Jackson, He's the real deal, dude.
He's a real deal, bro.
He's been playing lights out. No one has figured out the code to beat him yet.
They have not. It's just fathoms me, like the stuff that man is able to do on the football field. Dude's a freak athlete. He out here juking people left and right. I'm like, good Lord, man, take a chill pill on that, man. There was one point during the Texas game, Lamar Jackson was running like he typically does. You know how he did his juke move when he hit the X button? He did it again on Sunday. But this time, 2 Texans players collided.
Really?
Yeah, it was wild.
I
was
didn't see that one. 2 Texas players?
2 Texans players collided. He made 2 guys collide. Never seen that before. He's a freak athlete, man. Lamar Jackson.
Did you know he's leading in Pro Bowl votes right now?
Good for him.
He's got 100,000 for 146,000.
I got nothing bad to say about him.
Beating second place Patrick Mahomes by 30,000 votes.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Even though Patrick Mahomes has missed a game, still dealing with that injury a little bit. But, I mean, he didn't take the foot off the gas against San Diego Chargers. I mean, LA Chargers this past Monday.
Did you see Adam Schefter actually released a story earlier today? He thinks that the Chargers should move to Mexico City. He said that their support in Mexico City for the last game, it's much bigger of a fan base than the support they get here in LA.
That's interesting because, I mean, the past couple weeks we've witnessed fans from other teams come to watch their team play against the Chargers. It looks like almost a home game for the away team. Yeah, so...
Then they go to Mexico, and it's their home game.
Yeah, it is. So, I don't know. I mean, my own opinion, I don't think any team's leaving the U.S. anytime very soon. The only thing that I can see someone going to is Canada. That's it.
I could see a team in Mexico City, and here's why. Do you remember back in, I think it was early and mid-2000s, the early noughts, when NFL Europe was a thing, and there were 6 teams in Europe?
Yeah.
And that was part of the NFL trying to become an international sport. Okay. The NFL the last couple years is hosting games in London, at least 3 to 4 every single year, because they want to become an international sport.
Yeah, you're right.
A move to Mexico City puts them on international basis without having to deal with the jet lag that a team that's in London would deal with every single week traveling to the U.S. to play a football game.
Yeah, especially that time zone difference is pretty huge. I mean, same thing with Mexico City. The time zone is pretty significantly wider, but that altitude is high, very high. So on a pregame before that game, I believe it was the Chiefs kicker. I think he was kicking 75-yarders.
That's ridiculous.
Straight,
75-yarders?
He nailed them because that altitude is very high in Mexico City. The more pretty sure I'm correct on this. If not, feel free to at me and just completely bash me for if I miss this information. Rexy_Rex_95. But anyways, yeah, so I guess as you keep going down more, the altitude is higher, which means it gets hotter the more obviously because it's a lot drier down there.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why he was able to kick those 75-yard field goals like nothing. Plus, the grass is different, too. They got some different grass. Different grass in Mexico. Different grass.
Much different grass down in Mexico. Yeah. Mexico City. Do you know who number 3 is in the Pro Bowl votes?
Nah, who is it?
He's a MVP candidate, one of the ones in the talks as well.
Is it my boy?
Your boy came in 5th.
Oh, are you serious, man?
Yeah, he's at 100,000.
Russell Wilson.
Yep, Russell Wilson's in 3rd at 100.
Didn't you
15,000.
You had that guy. You've been calling and saying Russell Wilson going to win MVP.
No, my call is Dak Prescott. I've said Russell Wilson needs to be included in the conversation.
Right, you did say. Speaking of Dak Prescott,
did you notice that all of a sudden this week a lot of people are saying he's been having an MVP caliber season? Did I not call it way back then?
You did. And you know why? Your boy trying to get the bag. Your boy playing for the bag, man. He knows. He's trying to get the. He ain't trying not to get no franchise tag. He's trying to get the bag.
He knows that the better he plays each week that passes, the bigger that bag will be.
Oh, he's gonna get paid so much money, dude.
And he deserves it. As
He
a Dallas,
deserves it.
I want to remind Dallas Cowboys fans. Do you remember what it was like having Tony Romo? Because for some reason, a lot of people remember it as like a much better time than we've been having now. Dak has us in the playoffs regularly. Dak wins playoff games. Tony Romo, at best, your team was going to go 10 wins, 6 losses. Most of the time it was 9-7 and would lose week 17 in a play and you're in type situation. Facts, okay?
It'll go down to Thanksgiving. You guys would either win that game, lose that game, and then that was the game that defined if you guys were going to playoffs. Because after that, you got the Eagles and you got the Giants on the rise. It was around the time where the Giants was actually good.
Right.
Around the time that the Redskins were pretty decent.
With RG3?
With RG3.
Yep, they beat us in the...
I remember that game.
Yeah, in the week 17.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Whoever won was going to be in the playoffs, and we lost.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are turning it around a little bit. I'll give you props on that. I'll give you props. I didn't think it was going to happen, but you know what? I guess you can't doubt when you have literally a pretty good receiving core. Amari Cooper, Gallup, Jason Witten came back doing his thing. You guys are a bunch of other guys.
Don't forget
too.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, Randall Cobb. That's
Tavon
right.
Austin's doing good things, and I want to give a good shout out to Bernard Pollard, our running back.
Yeah,
Played great.
Second string?
Second string. Oh, he's more like a third down running back. He played great, especially in the passing game. Like, when he's on the field, there's no bad plays. That's as best as I can describe it.
I feel
like,
you.
when he's on the field, even for something that should be a 2-yard loss, he's going to somehow make it for, like, 3 yards.
All right, so that leads me to my next question. What you got on the score, New England Patriots versus the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday
That's going to be a
in Gillette
hard-
Stadium?
that's
Number
gonna-
one defense in the NFL.
against
Taking on another strong defense, the Dallas Cowboys.
number one defense in the NFL, taking on the number 2 quarterback in the NFL.
So who you got, man? I mean, obviously you're going Dallas Cowboys, but I want to know.
Obviously.
My real question is, what you got on the score?
So you want to know my score?
Yeah, I want to know the score, man.
Okay.
I want to. Is there gonna be an over?
I just watched the Patriots. I watched the whole Patriots game this past Sunday. They're playing
Okay.
the Eagles.
Yes, they did.
We beat the Eagles. We beat them pretty soundly.
He did.
The Patriots, they could barely score on the Eagles. I think it's going to be very close, but Dallas is actually going to score first, even though they have bad starts. I have a feeling Dallas will score first.
Taking
New England will
notes.
come back,
Taking notes.
and it's going to be either a 14-10 game or a 10-7 game.
Okay.
I can see it either way.
So a low-scoring game.
Low scoring.
Low scoring. I mean, yeah, well, especially when Patriots defense is the way
Because
it is.
if the Patriots start just lighting up our defense, we're in bad trouble because their defense is prolifically sound at creating turnovers.
Yeah, so think about it like this. Because when the Patriots played the Ravens, we saw how what the Ravens did to them. Because they played against an actual team.
Right.
Played against the Eagles. Somewhat decent team. Just Nelson Aguilar could not catch the ball at the end of the end zone. Terrible. That's horrible. Horrible. But anyways, my point being is, have the Patriots played real teams leading up to this? Or are they just getting it off in easy wins left and right?
We'll see what the Cowboys.
We'll see what the Cowboys do. So, yeah.
Number one in the NFC East right now, since the Eagles did lose.
Yes, sir. All right, so there's that. He made his own prediction on what his Cowboys team's going to do. My man got some faith in his We Them Boys. We Them Boys.
I called it. It's pinned on my Twitter, at Alex_JR_TOPETE.
So if the Pats win, you guys know where to find him?
Yes, exactly. And you can light me up, but I have Dak Prescott MVP literally after the first game of the season where he lit up the Giants. I said he's going to be the MVP this year.
Yes.
Book, mark it. That is my MVP of the year.
Booked. All right, so we're going to go down some games. I'm going to rapid fire you some games going on in the NFL this upcoming week. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get it going. Drum roll, please. What a first game. I got you asking. The New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears.
Give me Chicago.
Whoa. Let me correct you on something real quick. Did you know Mr. Trubisky
Was
got
benched. Yes.
Benched on primetime television. Benched. The coach was like, give me Daniels. I want that dude. Trubisky, no.
What do you think about that situation?
Honestly, that is really the most weird situation I've ever seen.
I don't get
He
it.
had the highest QBR rating.
Last year,
Now he has the worst.
his team.
How do you?
His team was
Man,
almost in the.
we could sit here all day and debate about Mr. Trubisky.
Weren't they in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles?
Yeah, they were. Why? Okay, I'm not even. You know what? We could sit here all day and dissect the Chicago Bears, but wasting my entire energy on that. All right, so Oakland Raiders versus the New York Jets. The Raiders must continue this streak to try to keep up with the Kansas City Chiefs as they look to take on the New York Jets. Who you got?
Give me Oakland. They're playing
Raiders.
lights out. I've never seen so many rookies produce for one solo, like singular
That
team.
tight end for the Oakland Raiders?
Darren Waller. He's
Jacobs?
not even
Derek
Josh
Carr?
Jacobs. Yeah, he's lights
Yeah,
out.
I got a lot of Raider fans out there. A lot of my friends are Raider fans.
Don't forget about Mad Max Cleveland.
Mad Max. Yeah, dude. That dude's
Mad
a
Max.
freak athlete.
He is crazy.
Wild, man.
I also hear his nickname on the team is the Condor because of how long his wingspan
Dude,
is.
he's a freak athlete. But yeah, dude, a lot of my friends are Raider fans. They kept preaching to me that Derek Carr is the brand new Derek Carr. And honestly, you guys are right. I've never seen Derek Carr perform like this because, in all honesty, he's never had an actual full season. Now we're witnessing what Derek Carr should have been when he first started. But he got hurt. Everything's well for the Raiders. All right, so there's that one. All right, I got another game for you. You ready?
Yes.
We got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
12th man will win.
12th.
Where's that game? Is it in Seattle or in Philly?
That game.
That
is
game is
being held.
in Philly. Yeah, Philly's home for that.
Philly home.
So
Interesting. 49 degrees.
that's
Just random fact for you.
it's gonna be 49 degrees in Philly
So
for the game, and it
random.
might be
So
might be raining if you're over there down in Philadelphia for this game. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on that one too. I'm gonna agree with you on that one only because Eagles coming off a loss. Seattle did not play. They had a bye week. They got to collect themselves again. Come up with the new playbook against the Philadelphia Eagles after they went on the road, took on the Niners, beat them on the road, giving them their first loss. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Josh Gordon is finally getting a first-hand look on what the entire Seattle Seahawks offense looks like because he really wasn't all that into that game a couple weeks back when they played it against the Niners. Now he gets to be, he's in. Josh Gordon's starting for the Seattle Seahawks. It should be an interesting thing to watch, seeing him on the Seattle Seahawks. We already covered the Monday night game. We got a Sunday night game for you. Green Bay Packers taking on the 49ers.
in San Francisco.
49ers are currently, they came off a close win against the Arizona Cardinals. Green Bay Packers are coming off a bye, so it should be a very interesting game, both coming off wins, as you can see. But who you got on that one?
You know, I really want to take the 49ers,
I do too.
but I just think at some point they have to get the monkey off their back and lose. And I don't like I can see that game being against Green Bay.
Despite them almost losing to the Cardinals last Sunday, I still got them winning against the Green Bay Packers. Probably I'm going to get bit by that because every time I bet against Aaron Rodgers, it does not end well for me. So here I am again, just diving headfirst, betting against Aaron Rodgers against the San Fran 49ers. So that is the pick'em of the week.
We already did the Monday night game.
We already did the Monday night game.
And we already
Yes,
did
sir.
the
Yes,
Thursday
sir.
night game.
Yes, sir, we did. Yes, sir, we did.
I want to get your opinion.
Shoot it.
Pittsburgh Steelers are facing the Cincinnati Bengals in
They are.
Cincinnati.
They are.
Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes, they are. And interesting fact for you, we do not have Steelers are going to probably be without James Conner, Juju Smith-Schuster, no Marcus Pouncey. The Castro's still in there, so thank God. Yeah, we are about to be low numbers. And Jalen Samuels is expected to play that game, so thank God. Wow, there was another receiver that got basically completely brutalized out there. He's not even expected to play either. Then we got another guy off the practice squad, brought him up to to play Sunday. So, anyways, with all that being said, obviously I'm picking my own team. Are you out of your mind? But anyway, yeah. So, I really do hope we can win this game. I don't want us to lose because if we win this game, and the Raiders, who, believe it or not, I got the Raiders losing against the Jets.
Really?
Yes, only because I need the Raiders to lose. But anyways, in reality, though, the Raiders are probably going to win that game. But anyways, yes, Steelers need to win. We going to win. That's right. Book it. What it do in the flex. That's right. Woo, woo. See what I did there with Mark Ingram on them? Mark Ingram plays for the Ravens. I had to wait, though.
You just ended your Steeler talk with a Ravens chant.
Woo, woo. Ain't
Bring out the
no
woo,
dog.
woo.
Hey, the dog bark. There's no Ravens.
Well, he was a Saint.
Oh,
I know Mark Ingram as a Saint.
Oh, man. Anyway, so that is the NFL news. So we got some interesting NBA action. Carmelo Anthony is finally back in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the hoodie, Carmelo Anthony.
Hoodie Melo's back. Hoodie Melo's back.
Hoodie Melo's back, and guess what? He got fouled out in the first game.
Fouled out.
Fouled
That's not
out.
the only thing. He
That's not the
played
only
pretty bad,
He played horrible.
honestly.
But you know what? You can't blame the man. First time playing him almost a year and a couple days. He's been chilling. Obviously, we see all the videos of him taking jump shots, hanging around LeBron, D-Wade, all those boys. You know, the banana boat crew that they have over there. But, yeah, no one wanted to take a shot at Carmelo Anthony. He's finally on the Portland Trail Blazers. Congrats to Carmelo. We happy for you, man. Feels weird. It really
Congratulations,
did
Melo.
feel weird without seeing Carmelo Anthony on a team.
Well, his game has aged so ungracefully.
You know they started him?
Did they really? Mm-hmm. I mean, basketball is one of those sports where you can just throw someone in and they automatically make your team better if they're good.
Depends on what player.
No, I think any position. If the player is good enough, it'll automatically make your team better. Like if me, you, and 3 other guys played at LA Fitness, we wouldn't be very like we would be okay, right? If you took any one of those guys out and threw LeBron James in there, all of a sudden, the game's over. LeBron's going to be getting us open real easily.
You might as well take a hike already.
Take
man.
a hike.
Take a hike.
But yeah, Melo, I mean, when he was off the floor, Portland scored 1 point per possession. Melo off the floor, or Melo on the floor touching the ball on the play, Portland was only scoring 0.64 points per possession. So their offensive 0.6. So their offensive production when they would include Melo in their sets dropped to almost half a point.
You know what? I mean, that's the first time we got a clear look on what Carmelo has been working on for the past year and a couple days. Because all this time we kept thinking, oh, Carmelo's not going to get signed. Lakers should sign him. Should go back to the New York Knicks. That was a really horrible situation that he had to deal with. Got cut from the Houston Rockets, chilling on the streets. Then voila, he's on the Portland Trail Blazers. Might be one of those seasons where he starts off kind of bad, and then towards the end of the season, you're like, oh my God, this is the vintage Hoodie Melo that we all I grew up watching. I'm pretty sure you grew up watching Carmelo play.
I remember all those duels he'd had with Kobe Bryant.
He was a
when
good
he was
player in
on
his
Denver.
prime. He was a great player in his prime.
He really was.
But, age catches up with you. Unless you're LeBron James, 17 seasons in, first
Wow.
guy to average a triple-double on all 30 NBA teams. Do you have any thoughts on LeBron James doing that? Averaging triple-doubles on all 30 teams?
I think it's a great accomplishment, but I don't think it's that big of a deal.
He didn't even know about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a cool thing to keep a track of, but is he like the all-time leader in triple-doubles? No. So
he's not.
the fact that we're celebrating a triple-double just because he finally got a triple-double against, who was it, Cleveland? Or was it against Miami?
Are you talking about when he done deal the whole triple-double
Yes,
thing?
the 30.
Okay, see.
How
The 30-point? Are you talking about when he the last
that was
team
the
he
first
beat?
time he had a triple-double against OKC?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's almost unbelievable.
Yeah, you would think that he
You would
did
think
it in
that's-
Miami.
Yeah, when
You
they
know.
were facing off in the finals at some point.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Wow.
I know. Now that you sit here and think about it, He just did it against OKC. Wow. So you mean to tell me this whole time he was in Miami, he never did that once?
I remember watching Christmas games, and there would be OKC versus Miami, and it would be like Kevin Durant and his crew of Russell Westbrook and Serge Ibaka and Kendrick Perkins and against LeBron James and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. And I remember there was one where Serge Ibaka just straight up broke LeBron James's nose on the dunk. LeBron still dunked it though, because he's pretty up there in the goat talk.
So, anyways, who is the leader of the all-time triple-double league? Russell Westbrook. That's what I thought, because I remember watching that game and everyone made a huge thing. Oh my God, Russell Westbrook is about to pass Oscar Robinson for the most triple-doubles in a season. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard got to take the floor for the first time yesterday as the Clips won in a nail-biter in overtime. But that's not the real story. The real story is Lou Williams dropping 27 hot points against the steamy hot Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics suffered their third loss against the Clips. But, interesting fact, I mean, it's not really a fact. It's just something interesting that I saw. You see Jason Tatum's crossover on Paul George? Filthy. A lot of people are saying Tatum pushed him off. Honestly, if you go back and look at the replay, in slow-mo, I repeat, slow-mo, just scroll through, you're going to see that was a perfect crossover. Perfect. Got him skating on ice. Made him look like he's doing a little dance move. Then he fell.
Did you see Jason Tatum also slap, was it Patrick Beverly in the face?
Yeah, I saw that. We're not condoning violence, that thing, though, but it's kind of funny, though.
When you cross someone over, don't slap him in the face.
Yeah,
the crossover is insult enough.
That is insulting, because you got a whole entire arena and people watching.
Like, as someone who plays at LA Fitness every once in a while, I get, like, since I'm a shorter basketball player at like 5'7", 5'8",
okay,
I take pride in my defense, and if a taller guy like gets by me, I almost take offense. Like, that shouldn't happen. I should be able to keep the taller guy in front of me.
Hey, tall guys can move, man. Tall guys can move.
Rashad last week, you can run a 4.4.
Man, he could move. Speaking of Rashad, thank you again, buddy, for coming by and joining us, talking all things, everything. We wish you nothing but the best.
Anytime
what your future holds, man. Freak athlete out there, man.
We know your future holds a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns for UCLA, so good luck to you next year.
We had to throw that out there. We had to throw it in there. Completely forgot about that. Botched that one in the intro. But it's all good now.
And good luck this week against Riverside Community College.
Oh.
That's right. They're playing in
about
Riverside.
That. Who you with that?
6 p.m. Playoffs. First playoff game, so.
All right, I got a question to ask you.
Yes.
Is it impressive that the Lakers are doing this phenomenally well with the backlash that they got after picking all these players?
I told everyone at the start of the season, this is a good Lakers squad. I told them I like that bench. Quinn Cook off the bench, bomb. Alex Caruso off the bench, playing lights out. Dwight Howard, who saw Dwight Howard averaging what he's averaging? Is he averaging a triple-double or not?
He's no triple-doubler, but he is.
Double.
He is putting up some amazing defensive boards, man. That man, we are witnessing the Orlando Magic Dwight Howard.
Very close to it.
Kind of close to it.
And Danny Green, like, what is in your cereal this year, dude?
I don't know, but you see that he sent him a little drug test notice after the dunk that his first dunk, was it his first dunk ever or something like that? That nasty dunk he did?
He tweeted about it, catch one dunk and get tested immediately the day after.
That's funny. They did the same thing with Alex Caruso.
Oh, yeah, after it was after his workout photo, but it was photoshopped. It wasn't even him, but they still drug test him. Man, NBA be tripping sometimes, dude.
But, so we got two games going on tonight. We got the New Orleans Pelicans. Taking on the Phoenix Suns.
Who?
Devin Booker is putting up 25.4, averaging 25.4 points. He's on a tear, man. Devin Booker. He's on a tear, man. I remember last time, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, I kept talking about the Phoenix Suns and how great they're going to be doing. I mean, yeah, right now, they're 7-6. You lose some games. You don't win all the games. You don't win all games.
Right.
The best thing you could possibly do is make the playoffs. It's the best thing you could possibly do.
So I have the Western Conference standings up right now.
Shoot me the top 5.
The Phoenix Suns currently.
Oh, Eastern.
Oh, that's Eastern. Let's switch over that tab. Phoenix is currently number 7.
Still in playoff race.
Yeah. Number 8 is Minnesota. Number 6 is the Utah Jazz. And your top 5 are the Mavericks at 5. LA Clippers sitting at number 4 at 10-5. Houston Rockets 11-4 is number 3. The Nuggets 10-3. They're number 2, and LA Lakers, the Lake Show.
You got the City of Angels. Angels. You like
they're number 1 in the Western Conference at 12.
You like my singing voice right there?
Yeah, I'm not the only one who liked it either.
No, I should try it for the voice, but the British one, because I know I'm not going to make it in the American one.
The British.
I got no shot. But anyways, that was super random. But yeah, it's pretty amazing to see that the Lakers are doing this significantly well. Speaking of LA teams, now that we're on the topic, we saw Kawhi Leonard and Paul George take the floor for the first time. Your thoughts on that? Awesome, outstanding. They're going to be a dual threat going forward? Yes or no?
I didn't think, Kawhi Leonard had an okay stat line, but I didn't think he played that great of a game.
You know what I find very interesting about this whole entire thing? He played 36 minutes.
Who, Kawhi? He played 38.
Oh, that's just 38? Oh,
38.
my glasses are dirty. He played... No way, man. He played 38.
He played 38
Talk
minutes.
about that time load management benefiting him.
Right?
He played a whole game.
Yeah. Paul George just came under with 37. Sweet Lou Williams with his 27 points in 37 minutes.
Lou, I just signed a new deal. So you really did sign a new deal, though?
I don't think so.
No? I thought he did. I thought he was signing one more contract. Either on.
Did he sign a 1 year? I'm not sure.
Anyways.
I think Paul George played well. He played really well, if you ask me. Patrick Beverley was doing Patrick Beverley things. Lou Will was exactly what they needed. He was that that sixth man that he is paid to be.
He signed a 1 year contract last season.
Gotcha. So he's playing out that 1 year right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So he has not re-signed for the upcoming years.
Lou Williams got to be one of the greatest six men to come off the bench.
Probably greatest of all time.
One of.
Who else would be in that conversation?
I have absolutely no idea.
Manu
because
Ginobili.
Lou Williams. Oh, okay. Now that's a debate for you.
Manu versus Lou?
Best six man ever. If you got a six man that you think is better than Manu and Lou Williams, feel free to hit me up or hit my boy up, Rexy_Rex_95.
Or you can hit me up at Alex_JR_Topete. Topete is spelled Topete.
Congrats to the Clippers. Man, it was very interesting to see Kawhi and Paul George on the floor together because, this whole summer we were like, oh my goodness, the Clippers are going to own LA. You got Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, two dual threat coming together. Paul George played pretty well a couple games ago. The first two games, he dropped 52 combined points, if I remember correctly. But anyways, Paul George been playing crazy, almost like he got a new shoulder. See someone tweet that? I think Paul George got a new shoulder.
Oh yeah. He said that he had a new he has a new shoulder, and that the NBA is not ready for what.
No, he's not. And apparently he's not doing bad. So that should be interesting to see if Paul George stays healthy throughout the rest of the season. Kind of hope he does. Paul George is a good player, but you know what? Kind of hurts me saying that. That man changes his mind so quick, almost sounding like Kevin Durant.
Did you see he made his first jump shot the other day?
Benjamin Simmons.
That's right.
Shot his first three-pointer of his career.
I said this earlier on my show. I want to congratulate Ben Simmons. He officially shot a NBA three-pointer, NBA distance three-pointer in an NBA game. Congratulations, Ben Simmons. You've finally accomplished something that I've been doing at the LA Fitness in Chino Hills for years.
Take it easy now. Ben Simmons is not a three-point shooter, though. He's never been, ever. Even at his time at LSU. He's a great defensive player. No doubt.
He gets paid money to play basketball, man. He's got to be able to learn how to shoot.
Hey, so did Fultz. Now he's in Orlando.
I think his shot is developing still as well.
It is, but
Lonzo Ball, I mean,
he's not even playing.
yeah.
I tried looking up the roster for the Pelicans. No sign of him.
None whatsoever. A lot of Brandon Ingram, though.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram's been
Averaging
doing well.
25 points. Keep it up, Brandon.
Yeah, good
we
job,
always
man.
knew that was in you.
We all did. You know what? The thing about Brandon Ingram is that, I feel like no matter where he goes, he's going to produce.
He's going to produce points.
He's going to give you what he's paid to do.
He's going to get you his 20 to 25 points, his 6 to 8 rebounds, and he'll probably give a couple assists too. Like, that's good, productive player right there.
Facts. Switching gears real quick, as we always do on the show. Switching random gears. All right, so we got some college football action. We got LSU sitting at the top, number 1. With the great Burrow playing. Man, Burrow's an athlete, man. Low-key Heisman.
Did you see what happened to Tua?
You know what? You know what I saw that was very, very awesome on Saturday?
What's that?
Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Baylor Bears in Waco, Texas.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not see that, basically, let me put it in context for you. If you saw the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons against the New England Patriots, consider this a 2.0. That is right. The 2.0 of the Super Bowl occurred Saturday. Oklahoma was down, I believe it was 30 points. First half. Jalen Hurts rallied his boys. Said, you know what? We ain't losing. Came back and beat the Baylor Bears.
Dude, Jalen Hurts, he's the real deal. He's been my Heisman pick all year.
You know what's wild? Because I love college football. College football is that one sport that you hear players that you kind of hope go into the league and make a huge name for themselves. That wide receiver from Oklahoma, woo-wee. I give it up to the Oklahoma Sooners for coming back, getting a dub in Waco, Texas. A lot of people thought that the Baylor Bears were going to win that game. A lot of high hopes on the Baylor Bears.
A lot of high hopes, but Jalen Hurts
is wild, man.
I mean,
Usual. Came from Alabama. I said,
ridiculous.
deuces. Took a trip down to University of Oklahoma. Right after Kyler Murray left, Jalen Hurts said, I'm stepping in. Bada boom, bada bang. Leading that team very well. They are not in the top 4, though. They're still trying to fight their spot in the top 4. A lot of teams in the top 4 can be pushed off. They really can. Not going to lie, I kind of disagree with this, but you know what? I'm just a guy who's just speaking on a microphone and his own opinions. So we got LSU sitting 1, Ohio State sitting 2, Clemson University sitting 3, and University of Georgia, who played a great game, by the way, great game, sitting 4. Who, you know what? Looking at this right now, I feel like one of these teams getting knocked off. You know who I think's getting knocked off? University of Georgia Bulldogs.
why Georgia?
Because if you think about it, these two, I am 1,000% sure they got to play against each other in the SEC championship and somebody getting knocked off.
Who's that? Georgia and...
Bulldogs.
Georgia and...
The Tigers. SEC championship.
LSU?
Yeah, I got LSU winning this whole thing, though.
Gotcha.
That's my early pick. Early pick.
I'm going to go ahead and be that guy and say Ohio State to combat your LSU.
That quarterback a freak athlete, though. Ohio State got some players, despite losing one of them for in my own opinion, is the dumbest thing to lose a player over. He just wanted to get his girlfriend and come see the game. That's a no-no by the NCAA.
I heard about that.
You can't do that
Awful.
because you're getting money. How are you getting that money? Oh, family member giving it to you. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to suspend you for the rest of the season.
Awful. NCAA.
Actually, I think he got suspended for a couple games. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, no, that's just sad, man. Like, let the man do what he got to do, bro. Like, good Lord. He's just trying to have his family come support him. You can't do that. Speaking of college football, Pac-12 next week. That's all I can tell you.
That's all you can say?
I'm going to say one more thing, though. We got a special guest who plays
For the Pac-12.
For the Pac-12.
Well,
We're not saying the
He actually
team.
plays in the Pac-12.
He actually plays in the Pac-12. That's all I can say.
So
He's
we
a wide
can't say the
receiver.
team? Oh, wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
What's wide receiver?
Plays in the Pac-12.
We can't say. I mean, he is
Not gonna
already
say.
booked.
We're going to leave that as a suspense because you know why? A lot of listeners like suspense. It brings them. Brings them in.
Okay. How about we tell them a little bit about, how he's, what were you saying earlier, Jordan?
Yeah, so he is the leading receiver for the Pac-12.
In yardage?
In yardage.
That's big baller status
Big baller status. So if you're listening and you want to look up who is the leading receiver in the Pac-12, boom, bada bang, that's how you'll find out who our next guest is.
He'll be
for
on
next
our show.
week.
Yeah, next week, next Wednesday.
Phoning in before his big rivalry game on Friday.
Ooh, there's another hint. Big rivalry game.
Big
in-state rivalry game.
In-state rivalry game. And
in the Pac-12.
the Pac-12.
Featuring the Pac-12 leading receiver in yardage.
And, you know what? You got to give him one more thing. Got to get a dessert going. We gave him a little side.
Tease him a little before you
Tease
please
him a little bit. The quarterback as well is putting up some numbers. Leads the Pac-12 in quarterback yardage. Passing yards. So there you go. You got the leading receiver in yardage, leading passer yardage. I am looking forward to it, by the way.
I am too, and it's going to be great talking to someone who's coming from Southern California, was a graduate of Bishop Amont High School over here in La Puente. Another hint, and he ended up playing his first year at Chaffee Community College.
So if you are a close friend of his and you're listening, you're already going to know who it is. I'm going to tell you, yes, it is him, but I'm not going to drop the name. You might want to follow me on Twitter to figure out who it is, because I'm dropping the name on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. That's our big announcement day?
Big announcement. We got a special guest coming in Wednesday.
Okay, so go ahead and follow us on Twitter.
Yes, sir. So that concludes the podcast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next Wednesday with a special guest phoning in. Until then, we hope you enjoyed this. I go by J-Rex, but my real name is Jordan Pointe. I got my partner.
I go by Alex, but my real name is Alex Topete.
Again, if you kind of just missed it for some reason, my Twitter handle is Rexy_Rex_95. Same thing for Instagram. Feel free to like some photos. You won't be a creep if you go all the way down to my high school photos.
I still have those on there as well. You can follow me on either Twitter or Instagram, Alex_JR_Topete. You spell Topete Topete. And I'm thinking at some point we'll probably make some sort of joint Instagram / Twitter handle for the show. But for now, you can just follow us both and stay tuned, because we have a lot. And I mean, we have a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of guest interviews planning. Going to go ahead and plan those and line those up. And we hope you continue to listen, because we think we're doing special things.
Hit the subscribe button on YouTube.
Hit the subscribe, yeah.
Hit the subscribe on SoundCloud.
That's right. If you like it, go ahead and give us a like.
On the Alex Puente.
You can go ahead and like it on YouTube. You can like it on Facebook. I posted to my Facebook. You can go ahead and retweet us on our Twitters. You can even repost it on Instagram. It'll be on our stories.
Until then, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day.